Hello, everybody. I am really glad to just sort of take a few minutes to talk with you about completing the survey. I really appreciate the time that you took to do that. So, I'm going to talk to you about some changes that we're going to make in the course based on the survey results. And I'm going to share the survey results with you as well because, probably most importantly, I really want you to know that they're truly anonymous. I don't know who says what, so I want to show you how the data is reported to me. So that's the first thing we're going to be talking about is the changes. So one of them is this need for extra time for some of you. Many of you are doing okay with the midweek schedule. Some of you are not. So I want to go ahead and make some changes with that. Instead of the Thursday deadline, you can take until Sunday of that week. So feel free to do that. And then when it comes to commenting on your peer group, then you can take until the following Sunday. Okay, so that's giving you a pretty good stretch of time there in order to complete the assignment and then go back and review it and give thoughtful comments. There's been some changes to your actual peer group. So take note of that. I posted them in week 4 for this week. So note, who it is that you're going to be responding to. Let's see. Weekly office hour. That was a great suggestion, so we're going to do that. We're going to stick with Thursdays at 4 o'clock. And, as long as somebody gets in there, within about a half an hour or so, I'll stay as long as necessary. If not, I might go ahead and shut down at 4:30 if I don't see anybody. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty open forum. You can come and talk about concerns. You can ask questions about the course content. Whatever your needs are, we can take care of that. And then if there's things that need to be explained, of course, I'll record the session and then post it for those of you that can't make it, and you can have access to it this week. Let's see. So that's weekly office hours. We talked about the change in the peer group. Some of you asked about a way to really know what's due when. So I wanted to let you know you can use the first page of the learning module of each week as sort of like a checklist. Okay, it'll have a graphic, it'll have the objectives for the week, and then it'll list specifically what's to be accomplished that week. So that's sort of, you can use that like a checklist. And also, I color coded some things earlier, but I didn't actually mention it to you, so you may not have noticed that things that are due are in green text. Okay, so look for that. Look for green text, and then you can use the first page of the learning module as a checklist. Let's go through the survey a little bit because that's what's on the screen here. So you can see the questions. Objectives are easy to understand, and you guys are doing good there. Let's see, clearly explained. We're kind of a little all over. So some of you are getting it and some of you are not. Those of you that are not, I don't want you to panic. It's not going to jeopardize your grade unless you just choose not to work with me. Okay, but I'm here to work with you, not to fail you. So if there is an assignment and you don't get the value of points that you would like to get, I'm here to work with you. So give me a call in the office. Sometimes I'll even just put the note inside the comments area that says, if you want to make adjustments to the assignment, feel free to do so. Okay. For those kind of comments, they're not on any kind of timeline. You have until the end of the course to make those kind of adjustments, and I can go back to them and update. You might have to send me a separate email to let me know that it's ready for me to look at it again. But you're always welcome to do that. I don't want a lack of understanding about what's to be done to keep you from earning the grade that you want. Okay? So know that I'm here for you in that regard. Okay, we've got understanding the connection between the learning objectives and the course assignments. For the course assignments, and again, we're doing okay. We've got a few of you that have some concerns about that. For each of the assignments that are due, there's usually 2 or 3 or 4 line statement that kind of says where we've come from up to that point so that you understand where you are when you're completing that assignment. So if that doesn't help, then we just need to communicate, okay? Just because it's an online course doesn't mean we don't get to talk. All right, you've got my contact information. Of course, you can send me emails, and I can address some of those questions and hopefully clarify some things for you. Okay, now here's one you'll have to clarify for me because I'm a little I'm a little confused with the idea that performance expectations are clearly presented. So all of you seem to agree with that in some way, but it's not translating into the connection with understanding the assignments, with the clarity of the assignment. Where was that one? This one. So the assignments are clear. So if the performance expectations are clear, but the assignments aren't explained, I kind of need some help from you to differentiate that. And you're going to have an opportunity to clarify that for me, because I am working on what they call a certification for online instruction. And we will be having a visitor just kind of around in the course. All right, and basically what they're going to be doing is looking at the interactions between you guys as a group, as a class, and between you and me, and giving me some feedback. They're going to go through all the different elements of the course, and they might be able to enlighten me on what the difference is. But they're going to give you a survey. So with that survey, it'll be an opportunity for you to kind of maybe explain to me what's the difference there, so that I can see if there's anything I can do before the course ends to clarify things, or at the very least make it better for the next group. Okay, let's see. So that's that. Let's keep going down our survey. Understanding how to think like a sociologist. Okay, keep in mind, now these responses are all over as well. Keep in mind that that's a process. Okay, so we're only 3 weeks in at the time that you took the survey. So if you're not completely clear, it's okay. And we have time to clarify that, but I need you, again, to work with me. I need you to ask me those specific questions so that I can help you understand it. We had the conversation in office hour last week, so I did post the link, and I presented a little bitty excerpt about my dad, who's a carpenter, and how using that carpentry as an analogy for thinking like a sociologist based on the theory. So I'm hoping that that'll clarify things a little bit. But if not, ask me questions, okay? You can send them to me via email. You can call me in the office. And if there's anything that's really important out of that, then I'll just kind of summarize our conversation and give it a post so that everybody benefits from the response in the question. Let's see, where else are we here? Performing, okay, we got that. Support materials. Let's see, help you focus on the content. Okay, so some of us are struggling with the technology, and that's understandable. Just know that you're not going to fail the course because you're struggling with the technology. It's an online course. The interaction's really important. So the struggle is okay. That's okay. That's good. But if you need help, please give me a call, because I'm here for you. I'm at the office phone. You can call me here. Send me an email. We just need to communicate so that I can help you out. Okay. And then you guys gave me some things that are going well, and I appreciate that. And then of course human nature says, okay, what can I do better? So I went down here and you gave me some comments about adjusting the time frame. Now I'm not going to actually change the dates, by the way, in the syllabus. I'm going to keep the Thursday date there because some of you are doing just fine with that, and I think that's important for pacing. But for those of you that need the extra time, there won't be a late penalty for taking until Sunday to complete it the week that it's due, and for the following Sunday to make the comments. All right, so we had a couple of comments, let's see, here about that, and we had another one here about things due in the middle of the week. So hopefully that will help some of you. Let's see, what else? Thinking like a sociologist, we addressed that. And identifying exactly, what's due, we talked about that. Workload, I know, going to school is just rough. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let's see, anything else on my notes to talk to you about? No, I think that's pretty much it. Actually, while we're here though, I will go through and just kind of have you look at your peer group assignments, just so that you know that they are there. And I'm going to turn off my edit mode so my screen looks more like yours. So let's say I'm going to go into week 4. Okay, so the first thing I notice is on the page, I can use this as a checklist of things that are due. All right, and I'm going to go down to peer group members. Okay, and you can see how they've changed a little bit. There is no group 6 anymore, so things have just kind of been moved around. Okay, let's see. I think you're also going to notice that the assignments from week to week from this point are going to be a little bit lighter so that you can focus in on that service learning project. You'll be starting to work on actual hours of going out in the community, so make sure you really take a good look at the rubric so that you know what you're doing. You've got some quantitative and qualitative questions coming up that you're going to be asking, so make sure you understand that before you go out and you can make the most of your time. Let's see, this one is analyzing data for this week, and you're going to be responding to your peer group once you post your responses there. Okay. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. Welcome to week 4. We'll be halfway done at the end, and again, let me know if there is anything I can do for you.